You know, one of the things I really dislike about the internet is the amount of negativity about the place. I just find it kind of depressing. Not that I'm immune to posting negative stuff myself now and again, so I thought today I'd try to balance things out a bit. See, a while back I made a video about the controversial advertising campaign in which Bond Street was temporarily renamed to Burberry Street for London Fashion Week. It was, and still is, my opinion that this was a bad advertising campaign. This week, there's been another advertising campaign on the tube that I consider to be far better. So, in the spirit of constructive criticism, I would like to look at why I believe that one campaign was bad and the other was good. I should emphasise that this is not an endorsement or criticism of either of the brands that I am talking about. I have no strong opinions on either one. So the campaign I rather like is the current Samsung one. It's advertising the Circle to Search feature. If I understand this correctly, it allows you to search something on your screen by drawing a circle around it. I don't know, I am not a technological person. The campaign is being carried out on, appropriately enough, the Circle line. It's on 5 stations: King's Cross St Pancras, Liverpool Street, Westminster, Paddington, and the one I was at this weekend, Blackfriars. The main focus of the campaign is a redesigned tube map, imagined in a circular format, appearing on the platforms and elsewhere in the station. At King's Cross, some of the Circle Line signs now say Circle to Search Line. The key factor here is how it affects users of the Underground. Playing around with tube iconography for advertising purposes is nothing new. I mean, for a long time the tube map used to include the Army and Navy stores. And on the whole, it doesn't seem to be something that most people mind too much. I haven't heard many complaints about the 2021 PlayStation takeover of Oxford Circus, for instance. In 2020, to advertise the Star Trek series Picard, Piccadilly was renamed to Piccadilly. Burberry Street, though, seems to have been considered a step too far. I was far from the only person to complain about the campaign. The difference between Burberry Street and the other campaigns was that it impeded use of the stations. It wasn't just the odd tube roundel here and there. It was most of the signs in the station, including the maps. Now you can figure out that Piccadilly Circus is Piccadilly Circus quite easily. But if you're not familiar with the tube, Burberry Street is not, obviously, Bond Street. The campaign caused a great deal of confusion and many complaints. So what are the lessons that appear to have been learnt for this new campaign? Well, Circle to Search is not renaming any stations for a start. It is being carried out on several stations, but it is not a full takeover. Where the new maps appear on platforms, they are displayed alongside conventional maps. Where the new maps appear on platforms, they are displayed alongside conventional maps. And it is made entirely clear that this is an advertising campaign. I suppose it's maybe possible that someone might get confused by the Circle to Search Line signs, but they're still in yellow, they don't replace all the Circle Line signs, and they still point in the right direction. So I don't think there's much chance of confusion. On the whole, I think it strikes a good balance between having fun and allowing the tube to function as normal. What's also interesting is that it's led to some online discussion about the circular map concept. The tube map as it stands is derived from the original Harry Beck design that first appeared in 1931. It is a true design icon and has been copied all over the world. People love this map. But the new version, the circular design, also still functions as a map. I understand it's actually been drawn by TfL's own design department. I also understand that this isn't the first attempt to create a circular tube map, with a number of talented amateurs also having come up with their own such designs in the past. I have seen at least one article calling this the first major redesign of the tube map in 90 years, which isn't quite true, but that's a whole other issue. The question has arisen: is it worth giving the circular map design some serious consideration? I don't much care for it myself, but there were plenty of people who didn't care much for Beck's version, and I'm just some jerk on YouTube when it comes down to it. Now, like a lot of people, I would prefer it if TFL didn't carry ads at all. But the fact is that money is tight these days, and advertising provides a very necessary stream of revenue. It really does pay to advertise. So I say that if we have to have adverts, they might as well be good ones. Well, I hope you enjoyed this commercial tale from the tube. If so, please do leave a like and consider subscribing for more. I would like to thank my donors on Ko-fi, on Patreon, and here on YouTube for your generous support. You are the pun to my circle line. And I'll see you all again very soon. Cheerio.